And it bit off all 11 of my toes.
What? How's that even possible? You only have 10 toes.
Oh yeah, you're right. Well, then I don't know where the 11th toe came from.
Oh. Well, to change the subject, I'm reading Proverbs this week.
Cool.
Yeah, and it talks a lot about knowledge and wisdom, so I'm assuming that's a very important thing to know about.
Ah yes, wisdom is a great virtue.
Who are you?
I am Wisdom Venice. I don't usually show up to these things, however.
Oh, why are you here?
To bestow some wisdom upon you all, of course.
And what can you tell us?
I hate to be rude, but I'm thinking the same thing. Well, wisdom has been built upon over the centuries, and Greece has been the homeland of many philosophers who... excuse me? Oh my gosh, wake up!
What? Is she gone yet?
As I was saying,
Why do you talk like that?
because I'm wise.
Actually, I think I have somewhere to be. Yeah, and I have a thing at the thing that I need to do a thing at, so I gotta go too. I just think you're boring, so I'm out of here.
This is why I don't come to these kind of things.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. This week we study Proverbs and Ecclesiastes. If you don't already know, I'm really bad at pronouncing anything. I'm so sorry that I can't pronounce that. I'm not perfect, okay? Nobody's perfect. I'm just gonna insert Siri to say that name. Okay, here it is.
Ecclesiastes.
I guess that's how you say it. Now, I want to paint a picture in your head, okay? Imagine you're a parent. If you're already a parent, then we're off to a great start. And you're given a chance to write down all the advice you could give your child or children if you have more than one child in the picture in your head. This is it. This is the last chance to help them throughout their lives. How would you feel? Would you feel the urgent need to express something so strongly? Be about saving money, about studying hard at school, or maybe about Jesus Christ? The book of Proverbs is just that. It's words and advice from a loving parent to their child. So imagine how rich Proverbs is. It's filled with things that this parent thought was the most important things to know. It's filled with love and positivity when the book of
Ecclesiastes
is rather depressing and melancholy in some ways. It's kind of ironic. So let's jump into Proverbs. A very common word that is used in this book is wisdom. It talks a lot about learning and gaining knowledge, and as I read Proverbs, I started to associate wisdom with safety. And I never really thought those two things were very similar, but think about it. If you are wise, you can avoid some pretty dangerous situations. Like if you're riding a bike, you choose to wear a helmet because you know that if you get hurt, the helmet will decrease the number of possible injuries you could get. And that's being wise, and it keeps you safe. You're preparing in advance for potential dangerous situations because you are aware of the consequences to certain actions. And what is the gospel really good at? Making you aware of those consequences. God protects agency, He honors it, and by doing so, He put the gospel on the earth so we can learn what is right and what is wrong. He wants us to be knowledgeable so we can then choose to be wise and wear a helmet, or not wear a helmet if that's what you want. I don't know who wouldn't want to wear a helmet in life. That's very metaphorical. What is the use of knowledge if you don't use it? Sadly, some people don't listen to the warnings of the prophets or our church leaders or even family members. We can be safe and happy or be miserable and in danger. In Proverbs chapter 1 verses 5 and 8 it says, "A wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels. My son, hear the instruction of thy father, and forsake not the law of thy mother." This loving parent pleads to his son to listen to the counsels of his parents. The parent's like screaming to him, "Listen to me. I can help you. I have experience and wisdom and want to help you become wise. I want to protect you from the adversary. Just trust me." And that sounds a lot like something Heavenly Father says to us literally all the time. It's like, I can help you. Look to me. Listen to me. Because He cares so much about us that He's like just bleeding for us to choose the right, because He wants to see us happy. These couple verses in Proverbs chapter 1 hit me hard. It says, when your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For they that hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord, they would none of my counsel. They despised all my reproof. Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way, and be filled with their own devices. But whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from fear of evil. Wow, listening to that definitely makes me build a stronger desire to immerse myself in the scriptures and listen to more general conference talks and just gain more wisdom and knowledge, and that's metaphorically my helmet, so I can continue to live a safe and happy life. And that takes perseverance and consistency, because like many prophets have said, there is no middle ground. You're either ascending or descending the ladder to exaltation. And one of the ways we can descend is not really doing anything at all. Even though we aren't doing anything bad per se, we're still not doing anything good either, and that's not good. And Proverbs is praising wisdom, saying it's a great thing. But
Ecclesiastes.
thank you, Siri, for helping me say that word, because I just can't. Says that yes, wisdom is great, but it also brings much sorrow and grief, which takes us back to my point that Ecclesiastes is a bit depressing sometimes, but it has great insight.
Ecclesiastes.
Chapter 1, verses 13, 14, 17, and 18 says, And I gave my heart to seek and search out by wisdom concerning all things that are done under heaven. This sore travail hath God given to the sons of man to be exercised therewith. I have seen all the works that are done under the sun, and behold, all is vanity and vexation of spirit. And I gave my heart to know wisdom, and to know madness and folly. I perceive that this also is vexation of spirit. For in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth knowledge increaseth sorrow. I thought this was pretty interesting. As we gain wisdom, we can see more wrong in the world. We can see all the sin that's going on around us, which right now is a lot. And that can bring sorrow, because we know that our friends or strangers can be so much more happy if they had wisdom that we do. And it's kind of depressing that we have to live in a world where just craziness is happening, and it's not fun trying to avoid all these obstacles and everything, but that's life. And sometimes people don't want advice to do what's right. They just want to go their own way. And if they want to change, the atonement is always there. And knowing that, at least for me, it helps me make that whole situation feel better. And knowing that the atonement is there for me when I have to face the adversary and deal with things that are out of my control because of other people's choices, the atonement is there to help heal me and make up for that as well. And that is what helps us overcome that sorrow that comes with being wise, I guess I could say. I just want to add those verses in because it was pretty interesting how it ties into Proverbs chapter 1. Another principle I found in Proverbs is that it is more effective to speak to others with kindness and a humble heart, but still be firm in our beliefs. Here are 3 examples. Let's say you're giving a speech in debate class, and you're tearing down the speaker who's against your proposal. You're yelling, you're mad, you're not respectful, and not loving towards this person at all. Do you think they'll actually listen to you? Would you actually listen to someone who's really rude? Probably not. They'll probably be thinking how crazy you are the whole time. They will build up a wall to protect themselves because you're attacking them, but you want to break that barrier. That's the goal. On the other hand, if you speak very quietly and with lack of confidence, I don't know how to explain it. You're just very shy and lack of confidence, then you probably aren't getting across to them either. But if you speak with confidence in what you believe in, you are firm, you are respectful, you're still loving towards them, and you are humble, you are more likely to make a bigger impact on them than the other 2 examples I gave. Proverbs 15 verses 1, 2, and 4 says, A soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. The tongue of the wise useth knowledge aright, but the mouth of fools poureth out foolishness. A wholesome tongue is a tree of life, but perverseness therein is a breach in the spirit. So don't be afraid to stand up for the gospel. Your voice is greatly needed in this world, trust me. And your voice has purpose, but maybe don't yell angrily at people or put them down, because that's just gonna make them build up a barrier. Jesus Christ was firm, he taught, but he wasn't rude or angry all the time. He was humble and kind. Even though he was the only perfect person there, he didn't put anyone down, even though he was the best out of all of us, he still was humble. And he is the perfect example for us to follow when it comes to teaching or talking to others who may be against our beliefs. And he also is the perfect example for literally anything at all. He's just perfect. I only scratched the surface today of what Come Follow Me has for us this week. There is still so much more to dive deep into. So dive deep this week. Don't belly flop though. That hurts really bad. Thank you guys for watching my video today and all the way through. Hats off to you guys. It's a phrase I'm currently using a lot at the moment. So yeah, goodbye guys. I'll see you all next time. The views, opinions, and content expressed in this video do not necessarily reflect the views, opinions, or policies of The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.